Ladies and gents, welcome to today's show. I am going to contradict so much of what I've said to you before, and there's a reason why. A couple of episodes ago, I spoke to you about following your intuition, the importance of a three-strike rule. And right now, with the world that we are in, interest rates having been on the rise for the last 6 months, the cost of living and fuel prices going through the roof, tighter affordability when it comes to getting your mortgage. As an advisor, the amount of delays that we are experiencing and lenders literally pulling interest rates away in a matter of seconds. This is a message that you seriously need to listen to right now, because I'm changing the way in which our next 90 days plays out. In world times like this, in tough times like this, having been through a pandemic, having been through a previous credit crunch in 2008, and let me say, this one is completely different. There are some things that I think you need to know in order to be able to keep your positivity high, to maximize your energy, to become laser focused, and to get more results. Because there's a wave coming. And you've got two choices when it comes to that wave. You can either ride it or you can wipe out. And I think the decisions that you are making right now in your life, in your business, how you're spending your time, what you're working on in your business, who you are spending your time with is of vital importance to whether you ride or whether you wipe out. So the news, the press, the TV, your friends, there is going to be a massive amount of negativity coming your way. It is going to be coming once again from all angles. There's going to be people saying there's no money flying around. There's going to be the talk of recession, house prices crashing, all of this stuff, interest rates continuing to rise while inflation doesn't come down. We are going into a world once again where there is going to be negativity. And your goal as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as an advisor, as someone who's supporting your family, your finances, your team, your health, your wealth, you need to make sure that you are filling your brain with positivity. So the key things that I'm going to be doing to keep myself focused, the key things that I'm actually going to be reducing a lot of what I have been doing to focus on less in order to be able to achieve more. And I'm going to share them with you right now so that you can hopefully think about your business, your next 6 weeks, your next 12 weeks, your next 6 months differently. And I'm going to be bringing you the real day-to-day, month-to-month, week-to-week insights so that you can model them, so you can see what we're doing inside my 6 and 7 figure businesses, what's working with my team, what's working with my coaching clients, and how you are able to stay ahead of the curve, how you're going to be able to make sure that when the world is fundamentally a shit show for however long into the future, you continue to win and you continue to get results. So grab a pen and paper. You might want to listen to this one twice because I'm going to share with you 3 things that I'm going to be focusing on and where I'm going to be putting my time, my money, my energy, my focus, my drive in order to be able to help inspire, motivate, and more importantly, make sure that I come out the back end of this crash, this recession, whatever it's going to look like, in a better situation with bigger businesses, with more leads, with more sales, with more profit. Because fundamentally, let's be completely honest, you are in business to build a lifestyle. Your business should support that lifestyle. Your business should enable you to do the things that you want with who you want, when you want. And I believe if your business doesn't do that for you, then you don't have a successful business. And having coached hundreds of advisors, having spent 10 years from 2006 until 2015, building a pretty much 7-figure insurance brokerage that I absolutely hated, and now gone on a journey to build 3, soon to be 4, 5 businesses centered around one client, centered around one demographic, following the same principles and putting this system into place. It's given me more time, more freedom, more energy, more drive, so that I want to share it with you so that you can do the same too. So as we go into this weird old world, I believe that you need to be doing less in certain areas instead of more. You know that on the 2nd of January 2022, I was given the words from the GP, having seen my mum go through a steady decline over 3 months, that she had 24 hours to live or 48 hours to live. Now, obviously, mum carried on and she survived until around about April time, having had really fast, rapid dementia and Alzheimer's after a bowel operation and various other things. I've spoken to you about this before, but when you get hit with a curveball like that, when literally life is chucked upside down, everything that you believe suddenly changes. The person that I am now to the person that I was 6 months ago is completely different. I feel like a new person with new perceptions, new outcomes, new perceptions, new rules for life, new ways of living. And the reason why is because of that one word that I just said. Since the passing of mum, and since finding out that she had 48 hours to live, and since going through her funeral and that emotional side of things, the one question that I've constantly been asking myself has been, why? Why am I doing this? Why is that amount of money so important? Why is this particular area such a key focus? Why am I not getting the result there? And more often than not, we can focus so much on a problem, but we actually had a mistake that caused the problem. So everything I've been doing is reviewing my business model. What am I doing in relation to marketing? Where are our best quality leads and clients coming from? And how can we maximize, number two, our sales, but make sure that we get the best results from those sales? And number three is more about the profit, maximizing profit within the business. And really the profit center is the unsexy stuff. Leads brings more opportunity. Sales brings more money. Maximizing profit is about refinement. It's about what's your strategy. And I'm giving you a strategy today. It's about your systems and how you can improve your systems, whether it be to convert more leads or increase your sales. And it's about your team to hopefully give you time and the opportunity to scale more. Now, you can't work on maximizing profit all the time because you won't have a business in the future. You have to constantly be working on marketing and sales. So the three things that I'm going to be focusing on, number one is marketing. And you'll know many times that I've spoken to you about repurposing content, being everywhere, being omnipresent, which is absolutely key. But having sat down, having had Jack leave me after 4.5 years to go and work for another marketing company, the conversations that he and I had, the new girl that I've brought into my team to help with video editing, with graphic design, she started asking me the same bloody question. Why are we doing this? And when I started to look at all the content that we were producing, all the channels that we were producing it for, actually, in order to be able to get to £1 million as a brokerage, I think you can do it with one thing. And that one thing is one particular niche and one particular client type. It's one type of funnel focused around that niche, and that funnel breaks down into different stages and different steps. It's one method of speaking to those clients and converting your leads into phone calls. And then it's one type of big sale. And that's the key thing. If you focus on one marketing outbound strategy, it gives you the option to stand out in that arena. In a world where we are going into negativity, in a world where money is going to become tight in certain areas, there's going to be a fear around charging a broker fee. There's going to be a fear around people wanting to spend more. And as I've said to you many times, if you try and appeal to everybody, you will technically appeal to nobody. So more than ever right now, one niche, one funnel, one method of conversion from lead into appointment, and going all in on that marketing message, going all in on that niche. And that comes back to only one form of long form content and only one form of short form content. Now, you can argue that there is a reason to be on every single channel. You need to be on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Reels. You don't. You really don't. I've sat there and said, after the whole purpose of all of this last 6 months, why am I doing this content on this channel when actually, if I fundamentally look at it, it's great for brand awareness and all that kind of jazz, but it doesn't drive leads into the business. And those leads do not convert into sale. So my big process around marketing is, what's the one form of long form piece of content that I can do that I could potentially put into two places? YouTube, podcast. I can do a video and I can rip the audio and put that into two long form places. Now, what am I going to do with my social media? Well, I'm going to focus on one channel. And because I'm doing video, I'm going to focus on Reels and I'm going to focus on TikTok. But I'm not going to be doing specialized content from that. This that you are watching or listening to right now will become sound bites and snippets that will drive people to go and watch the long form podcast episode. That's the key thing. You need to focus on doing one piece of content and putting it in one place, ideally. Now, I do have a team, so I am fortunate from that perspective. But if you go back to 2016, when it was me and my PA, before I bought an apprentice in, what was I doing? Only posting on Facebook, only hanging out in Facebook groups. It was 6 months before I started to do video. And here's the thing. When I started to do video, what did I do with those videos? I recorded 60-second to 2-3 minute videos and I put them onto Facebook. So if you want to get to £250,000, £500,000, focus on one channel, especially if you are a small team. So think of one. If you're doing more than one in anything to do with marketing, if you're on more than one channel, if you're doing more than spending more budget on Facebook and Google for your ads, no, put your budget into one channel and that will drive you more results. The second thing is around sales. Now, you have to focus on sales. If you're driving more leads into a business, you know that you need a PA, you know that you need an administrator, but you need to make sure that you are maximizing every opportunity. You cannot right now, as we move into this negative world, allow your leads to slip through the net. It takes multiple touch points in order to be able to convert a lead, someone who's registered an interest, into an appointment. You need to be following up 10 to 12 times. You need to be making sure that when that client says, I'm going to stay for my deposit, I'm going to do something in 3 months' time, you are giving them a call back. You need to make sure that you have a follow-up process to make sure that every single lead is coming back to you. And not just that, this is now about multiple streams of income. You might be selling mortgages. Well, are you charging a broker fee? Because if you're not, when times get hard, these are when people leave the industry. If completions get delayed, then your money's going to take longer to hit your bank. So you need to make sure that you're getting some money in early in order to be able to keep your business cash flowing. Are you making sure that you're converting life insurance, family income benefit, mortgage protection, income protection? Are you selling more than one product to your client? Because if all you're doing is mortgages and you're not doing the insurance yourself, or you're not referring the insurance out and getting a kickback, you are not safeguarding yourself against the world that we're moving into. You need multiple streams of income. Are you referring out to make sure that your client has got a will? And you might get the words of, oh, but I can't afford a will. That means you haven't had the conversation well enough. That means you haven't positioned the what ifs, the big what ifs around making sure that your client understands what happens if they die without a will. What happens to their kids? What happens to their property? What happens without guardians? What happens during the probate process? How are they going to be impacted by inheritance tax? That could add another £500-600 to your business for as little as 45 minutes extra work. The return on time invested when it comes to the hourly rate of arranging a will compared to doing a mortgage is huge. So often we go with the one thing which is driving out self-employed mortgages, is all I've spoken about since 2016. But we have broker fees, we have home insurance, we offer health insurance, we offer life insurance, critical illness, income protection. We are now doing wills with an in-house will writer, authorized and regulated through my training company and my will writing provider, Estate Planning Pro. Now, that means that we've got diversified income. That means if the mortgage market suddenly shit hits the fan, we can diversify and we can move into other income streams and other areas because we could switch the marketing should we need to. But it also means that we don't need to stress so much because we are sweating the asset, i.e. the lead. We're making sure that we're putting touch points in the diary with customers and clients over the course of the next 3 to 24 months, even if they don't purchase. And you need to do the same too, because if you don't, then your business is going to be at risk. You have to make sure that you have got diversified incomes. So 3 things I'm focusing on. Number 1 is marketing and doing more of one thing, one channel, one lead magnet, one style of content, one place to share it, one ad platform, and going all in on that one particular thing. Sales, leading out with one niche, one product, but then having the business that upsells, having the PA and the life insurance advisor, the will writer, to sell more things to the customers that we've already got, because that is cheaper than constantly attracting new clients consistently into your business. The third and final thing is continuing to learn and implementing everything that I learn. Warren Buffett says the best investment you can make is in yourself. In a world where inflation is continuing to rise, what is the thing that is inflation proof? It's your knowledge. So if you're not investing in yourself, if you're not investing in training, if you're not making sure that you are understanding emails, ads, content marketing, selling more, increasing your KPIs, tracking your sales, implementing systems, automating processes, recruiting a high performance team, setting 6 weeks to 12-week strategies and goals, working on your next right move to move your business forward, then technically your business is moving backwards. And there is going to be someone else who is riding a bigger wave on a bigger surfboard with more chance of being stable and less chance of wiping out. So if you aren't continuing to grow and better and improve yourself and surrounding yourself with a high caliber peer group to hold you to account, to give you to the support that you need, to make sure that you're moving your business in the right direction and make sure that you're keeping your mindset positive and on the best performance scale that it can be, then you are going to risk failure. I really do believe that right now is the perfect storm. There is huge opportunity that is out there. There is a huge chance for you to drive your business forward, to make a massive, massive impact on where you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years. But you've just got to take the right actions. You've just got to stay positive. You've got to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. You've got to keep taking consistent action. You've got to keep learning, improving, developing, growing, perfecting everything that you are putting in. And you've got to start to refine and delegate or delete or stop doing things that aren't getting you a result. And that result is more leads, more sales, more profit, fundamentally more time. So you need to work on the next right move for your business. Now, I would love to know what you have thought about this episode. That is my 3 focuses on refining my marketing and doing less, increasing my sales and technically offering more, and thirdly, learning and implementing everything that I learn, because that's the thing that is inflation proof. Stay positive, stay proactive, surround yourself with the right people, and I guarantee you'll come out of this much better and stronger. Now, I'd love for you to let me know what you think. You can do so in the comments. You can do so by sending me a DM on Instagram. You can do so by sharing this episode and tagging me in, whatever works for you, depending on where you are sharing it. I absolutely love bringing you this content. I have missed sharing with you in real time over the course of the last 6 months. But obviously with life, with the situation around my mum, with the new emotions that I was feeling, with the transition of losing Jack and changing business models. And I'll talk to you more about that stuff if you want to hear it. Just let me know. But I'm here for you. You know, everything that I do now centers around advisors. We've got some awesome things coming up. We're getting 50 advisors into a room from a variety of my brokerage, my network, my coaching, my estate planning, and we're helping them to generate leads and increase sales. And I cannot wait to share more of that value with you so you can do the same in your business, because it doesn't matter what industry you are in. Marketing and sales, they are two lifeblood and key areas that you need to develop and improve if you want to drive your business forward. So thanks always for listening, for watching, for being a fan, for connecting, for communicating. Love you always. Remember, now's the time to become pro.